Tonight was a historical night for so many reasons. But my happiness over the election for the presidential race was overshadowed by my gut-wrenching pain at the thought of Proposition 8 in California passing. Being a gay woman in California, I had hoped that this would not pass. I was hoping that in 8 years we could have moved past the bigotry that showed itself time and time again. My hopes, it seemed, were just that. Hopes. As I sit here watching the polls, unable to really tear myself away, the number of people voting to take away the fundamental rights of someone else makes my stomach roll. I have to wonder why so many people are so concerned with what someone else does with the person they love. I have to wonder why so many people are offended by something as pure and complex as love. Does the fact that the person I love is missing a part or has an extra part really all that important to someone else? How does this affect them? Does it make their own relationships any less validated because I'm allowed to choose to spend my own life with someone? Today, in this day and age, the divorce rate is higher than it's ever been. People are crying out for the sanctity of marriage, yet celebrities are allowed to have marriages last for under 24 hours, and all they get is people gossiping. Why can these two people enter into such a special thing with no consequences for tearing it to shreds, yet someone else, who has been with their partner for 10+ years, be unable to call them their husband or wife based on the fact that they have the same parts? From the time I was old enough to go to church to the time I was 12 years old, I went when I could. I listened to sermons, read the Bible, and believed in the ideals that I was taught. To love everyone, to accept your neighbor and treat them as you wish to be treated, to not judge, to not cast the first stone, even if you didn't agree with what someone else was doing. Eventually I did move away from the believing in God, but my ideals, rooted so much in the teachings I had when I was younger, did not leave me. God is a figurehead to me, of morals and beliefs that should be plain common sense. Scriptures and passages are quoted at me selectively that can be taken in two ways and are taken in the worst way possible while ignoring the lines just before and after it, stating things that the person quoting to me are doing every day. Now I listen to so many casting out their neighbor for making choices they personally don't believe in or agree with, quoting Bible text at them and shoving it down their throat, threatening with hell for doing something that is not chosen. Well, you may believe it is a choice, and some have said we can even do it for attention. Would you do it? Would you willingly put yourself on the line of fire every day to fulfill your need for attention? Being gay is a scary thing. There have been people beaten, verbally, but scary enough physically and even killed, over their orientation. We cannot walk down the street holding the hands of our loved ones without getting looks, like we're a rapist or a murderer or smell like 10-day-old milk bubbling at the bottom of a garbage disposal. It gets so bad that sometimes the only way an LGBT youth can perceive a way out of it is to take their own life. It's estimated that 30% of suicides each year are LGBT youths between 16 and 21. Nobody but a masochist would ever do such a thing by choice. We have to work twice as hard as any heterosexual couple to make things worse. You may think your issues as a straight person are pressing, but we have the same issues, but with the added pain of knowing that we can't, at the end of the day, look at the person we love and have it be okay. It will never be okay. At least that's how it feels. I don't think anyone can truly understand the feeling of someone else looking at you and telling you that you are such an abomination, such a horrible, disgusting person, because your heart calls out to someone unconventional, when it changes nothing for them, hurts nobody. Not until they've been through it themselves. To have such a joy of being able to finally take the person you love, stand in front of the people who complete your life, and pledge to this person to be theirs forever, and suddenly be looked in the eye and told that your promises are insignificant and are no longer recognized. To know that you may never get that back. I have not been through this, but so many people have. With every number increase in the polls to take away my right to love someone and spend my life with them, my faith in humanity dips a little lower, and my heart wrenches, and I find it harder and harder to breathe. I feel like I will never be able to have something I've dreamed of since I was a little girl, and it kills me inside. Before you take my rights away, please consider this. One day you will not be in the majority. It is constantly changing. Which rights of yours will be taken away? I may not agree with your actions or your ideals, but I will fight for your rights to do them or think them, as long as they hurt nobody in the process. This is what our country was founded on. Why, because you do not agree with me, must you cast me aside as if I do not matter? I have feelings. I have a heart, and I breathe, and I feel pain. I contribute to society. I love, I laugh, I cry. I live under the same sun as you do. Why do I not matter?